Do you know what it is? I saw a video and a woman, it was a psychologist or something, was talking about society, and she said that we champion vulnerability and what was the word she used? Basically, in a nutshell, she was basically saying that we champion fragility. So, for example, back in the day, if you were someone who didn't want to go to work, someone would say, but get off your ass, like, stop being lazy. If you were someone who was like, I'm worried about this, people say, forget the worry, man, crack on. Whereas nowadays, like, if you're worried, it's fine to be worried. If you're anxious, it's fine. Do you know what? We champion you being anxious. Thank you for that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So she was saying...
It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah, and we champion not being okay more than we champion being okay.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
No, I'm blessed.
Oh, yeah, we just cut it out.
What's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Free Shots Tequila podcast. Myself, Marvin Abbey. Got your boy Tazer Black in the building.
Yeah. What's going on?
What's that? Opaque? Or what's the glasses? What's that?
Blue light.
Oh, for computers. Why are they so orange though?
It removes the blue light.
No, but it doesn't have to be that orange.
I mean, I bought them because they were orange. I like the orange ones. I see them on the...
Oakley thing?
No, just standard. Standard, nothing special. Like £8 on Amazon. I like the way it makes the lights look.
That looks alright, to be fair.
Do you know what I mean? It's just easy. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about, you know. It's going to be one of them podcasts.
I got some stuff to talk about as well.
Yeah, it's going to be...
I had a conversation with ChatGPT today still.
What do you mean?
Yeah, about this masculinity thing. Like, I just found it interesting. Like,
have you seen the adolescent show?
Nah, I ain't seen it yet, but...
I binged it yesterday. My daughter told me to watch it. She was very...
That's what I'm saying, but it's...
animated.
But it's like the way everyone's talking about it. But you know what? I think it's a better conversation for the live, because I think it'd be good to find out what people say on the live that makes sense in terms of like... But what do you want to get off? Is that what you want to get off your mind?
There's a couple of things.
So what's first? What's on the list?
Whitney.
The PK Humble thing.
Yeah, the whole inside.
Yeah.
I didn't know PK won. His PR right now is crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out PK Humility, though.
Yeah. PK's PR's through the roof, blood.
Hey.
Like I don't think I've seen a better run than this since the City won 4 titles in a row. Man went to the Ballers thing, scored the first goal.
Hey.
Man won this thing.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Man was in Ghana winning. Like,
doing it his way, you know?
Yeah, I rate it still.
So, okay, first thing, yeah. When she called him a roadman, like as if it was a diss. When Mandy called him a roadman.
Yeah.
I think that was like, and obviously Zizi went off and said, this is what I'm saying. When you start letting these people that are not supposed to be in our spaces, they start talking out the side of their neck.
Yeah, but Sideman isn't a black space.
No, but it's
Sideman house. You know what I'm saying?
It's
and she's not. I don't think she's in our culture like that.
Do you know what it is? It's not. I think it's the affiliation with like just PK, because you got to remember, like, as much as these shows might not be on our side, the cool factor is our side.
I hear you, but the reason why I don't agree with you is because there's, for example, is it Angry Ginge?
Yeah,
he's not in our side, bro.
Angry Ginge is funny though.
I hear it, but he's not in our side. So I'm saying you've just got different personalities within a house that, because remember, there's some people in that house that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
That in the UK, they're massive.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So this house is, I can't say bigger than our culture.
No, it's the perception, but it's the perception though, because it's like, unless she knows him personally, which her and PK will have to decipher, the fact that you've seen him and because
they were cool apparently originally. I think it's because he voted her out. She had a problem with it.
Yeah, but that's part of the game though. What I'm
saying
I get
that, but she's taking that personally.
Yeah, okay. Even though you're taking it personally, if someone can't be mates with you in, for example, the Big Brother house, and the moment they find out that you voted behind their back, all of a sudden you're the N-word or you're some stereotype that is negative because of your skin color. It's like, what are we doing there? That's the way it came across. The moment you threw your toys at the pram, he's a wannabe roadman. Yeah, unless he's giving you that impression before,
No, but I feel like with people...
Are you a wannabe roadman? Because of the way you're dressed?
No.
But that's how the masses are going to see it. People who don't know, but what I'm saying is people don't know the relationship between PK and Mandy, whether they're friends for years or just met in the house.
Yeah.
My point is, you had your back up against the wall, and the first
And
thing you said is that's what you drew for.
Yeah, but I hear that, but I hear what you're saying, but I'm not condoning what she's done, by the way. I'm just saying that when people are firing at each other, they try and look for stuff. And also, that's something you hear. Like, there's certain cusses you hear. Like, for example, wannabe roadman, waste man.
A failed roadman.
Failed man, wannabe roadman. You hear that.
But what I'm saying is, if you're part of our
culture, you
culture,
hear grow up, or you hear, like, you know what I'm saying?
but what I'm saying is, if you're part of our culture, you understand.
You wouldn't say that.
No, being a failed roadman is a positive. But we don't want to be on the road and succeed.
That's not negative.
But it's not a positive. Being a failed roadman is a positive. We don't want to be on the roads.
No, it's not as negative as you think it is, but it is a negative.
No.
A
failed roadman? What do you mean?
Yeah, because it means that you want it to be.
No. It's not that I want it to be. Sometimes I just am. But my idea is to get off. I failed.
Fair enough. But at the end of the day, you're cussing someone who's doing well in their field. That's my thing. Doesn't make sense. What are you talking about?
You tried to belittle him.
We're in the same house.
But then you tried to belittle him by saying that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And also, do you know my issue with that?
Because if he now said what he said back.
No, it's not even just that. My thing is, a lot of the time with these scenarios and these cases, whenever like the girl's saying stuff, no one gets involved. When she started to say stuff, remember she started saying stuff, people were like, when she said to get that postcode tatted off your arm, people still didn't say nothing. But then when he said, anyway, when I was talking about the botch BBL, that's what everyone was like, whoa. It's like, nah, man. From the beginning, you should have really reined it in and said to her, Mandy, all right, cool, you've said what you said, but let's just leave it there, please. All right, next week, like, move on. But you've let it escalate.
And now when it's his turn.
And now when it's his turn to say something, now it's, no, like, I can say what I said now because, remember, he let a few things go, you know?
Yeah.
He was kind of like, don't be salty, man. Like, it's just business, it's whatever. Then she kept going on. It's like,
okay, Marv, you see that when you watch, I don't know if you watch Love Island yet, but sometimes they'll do that little gathering around the fire pit, whatever, and they start talking about, and the girl but you flirted with me yesterday. Babes, I'm in the yard trying to find love. I spoke to Sandy, I spoke to Charlene. Shut up, man. What are you getting salty for?
You know what I don't get about them things there? Like, the girl will always diss the brother and say something sarky to the brother. And when the brother like says something mad, like, back, all of a sudden she starts crying. And then all the other girls, I just think it's bang out of order. You spoke to Mandy like that. Mandy started this, bro.
She should have been the bigger man. I should have been the bigger man.
See, who did it? This man on TV. Allow me, blood. Allow me, man.
Listen, at the end of the day, I've noticed a lot of what they want from us is to be mute on TV, man. They just want us to be mute, bro.
But I think it goes into the bigger picture of everything. Eva, we'll speak about this more on the live.
You say the masculinity.
Yeah, bro. It's like, it doesn't make sense, bro, because it's like bad behavior can be condoned over there, as in like.
But it's because they've been oppressed for so long, though.
So let me get this straight. So black people have been oppressed for so long.
No. I'm not trying to do gender wars, bro.
I'm not saying gender wars.
I'm talking about black and being a woman.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about, when we talk about oppression doesn't mean that you're afforded the benefit of a bad behavior because of that.
No, I know.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is, I'm not saying women haven't been oppressed. Of course they have been. But I'm saying we need to call out bad behavior in general, whether it's male or female, man or woman. But if you allow behavior over there but then you don't allow behavior over here because there's not a fairness to it. So, for example, like if me and you are on the road and a woman comes up to you and hits you, that's wrong. But then that's like someone saying, yeah, because women have been oppressed, let her to hit you first.
No.
Right.
But the thing is, the reason why it's confusing, and this is not me condoning it, I'm just saying, you would say if someone hit you, you have the right to hit them back. The point I'm trying to make is, in that, they still specify a particular gender.
No.
You can't say no. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying people.
No, I've heard women say.
Women say that until it happens. If a woman hits a man and a man responds and hits her back, you're not going to say, they'll say, you should have restrained her. But if a man hit him and he hit the man back, they're not saying you should have restrained him. They're saying good for you for hitting him back.
And I think a lot of people are saying good for you for hitting her back.
Okay, cool.
Because I've seen women. I've seen women say like, don't, like nobody should be touching anybody.
Yeah, nobody should be touching anyone.
Do you know what I'm saying? And remember, if you touch someone thinking they're not going to touch you back, like, brother, that's like, I'll tell you about the time Annie Joshua shook my hand, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro.
What do you mean?
This, like, we were in, what do you call it? That sounds mad, by the way. We were in R&B slow jams, yeah? And
what do you mean you couldn't believe
like,
the force?
Strength, bro.
Oh, the sheer strength.
Yeah? Like, he shook my hand, yeah? And like, he kind of like, he grabbed my shoulder and shook my hand, bro. But I'm like, what kind of power is this, bro? Like,
yeah, but he punches rice, bro.
No, because that's like me now for Annie Joshua and saying, Josh, come on, man. Man's 14 and a half stone. You shouldn't be hitting, man. You're 20 stone. Look at, like, no. I look at him and say, this is unwise to go down this road completely.
Some women don't look at situations like that.
Because in their mind, they see the gender thing and they think men don't hit women.
Some of them see fight or flight, bro.
No, it's different if you're being attacked or something's happening. That's different. But if the man's calm, you're just talking and you get mad and you think, you know what, because he's a man, he's not going to hit me back.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
I'm going to hit him. Okay. That's mad because now you're banking on him being a gentleman.
Okay, but what about cool? Forget hitting. Let's, no, we might as well, we should say this for the live as well. Okay, for those listening, I'll just finish my point and then listen to the rest of the episode to hear the conclusion. Going back to the show that I said we're going to talk about in the live, masculinity and adolescence, a lot of it's to do with frail egos. Because remember when we had the conversation before, and I was like, when Keith was here, and I was saying that how someone could say something to you, but it's on you to be offended or not. If the person doesn't know you, why is whatever they're saying offending you so much?
Okay.
I believe it should offend you if the person is close to you. If someone random is shouting the N-word from the top of the hill somewhere, and I ain't got no business on top of that hill, I don't care.
Yeah, that's not how life works, though, Taze. I hear what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying life. I'm not saying that's how life should work. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to be concerned and start messing up my day because someone on the top of the hill is moving mad. Whereas if that person was in front of me and threatening me, I understand why someone's reaction will be different. Do you know what I mean? It's like comments. People on the comments doing blah, blah, blah. Aight, cool. But right now, some people have accepted the fact that that's just the internet. Like, if I went in I'm pretty sure you could go in your DMs every single day and find someone who's abused you. And you're not going to post up your story every day, though. You're going to see it as, it's just how it is. But there's some people that will repost that and be like, woe is me. Not to say that they can't do that, but I'm saying this is the internet that we've somehow living now. Sometimes it's just like, do you know what? Just delete it. Just delete it. I'm not saying it's right either, but sometimes you just got to delete it. Like, I wish I could go outside late at night and nothing happened to me. I wish I could. The same way women look at run clubs as a way of community because they want to go running. They wouldn't go running by themselves, even if it's during the day. So I've had some women say that, even if it's during the day, I don't feel safe running by myself. So I'd rather go to a run. But that's just, I'm not saying it's wrong. Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's on them. Because the first time someone said it to me, I was like, huh? Like, why not? She was like, well, I don't feel safe. I didn't want to question it. I was like, all right, if you don't feel safe running by yourself, I mean, there's run clubs, there's obviously all of these extracurricular activities that you could be a part of. But at the same time, I'm not going to diminish how she feels because she doesn't want to go out and run on her own. Yeah. Whereas there's some women that probably don't mind running on their own. And that's on them. But that doesn't mean that they're, do you know what I mean? It's just one of them ones where it's just like, we understand the society we're in. It's mashed up outside. But at the same time, we can't all be complaining about certain things. Like, please, let's not.
What do you mean?
Like, I find it very frustrating that people go on TV and become a part of these shows that they know is predominantly a particular demographic that's paying attention to these shows. And then, when they now get the response that they get, act surprised.
Yeah, but you see my issue with that, and I kind of agree, but the reason I don't agree is because
I don't agree, by the way.
Okay,
it's just a point I wanted to put out there. Like, for example, like the Euros.
Yeah.
We watch the Euros, we celebrate England playing football, but we know if there's a crucial moment and it's a black brother that picks up that ball,
it's racism now.
Bro, he better put the pressure on him putting it in the net is different to if a white brother picked it up. We know that. But we're not telling them not to play football. Yeah. We also wish we could kick it out of football, though. But at the same time, Saturday, 3 p.m, we're still watching it. But I'm saying we know if there's another final, England need a goal, if given a pen, and Saka picks up that ball, or Rashford, we know that.
Yeah.
We know that. And then there's some people online that the first thing they're doing is going to Saka's Instagram account ready to type in monkeys.
Yeah.
We know people are going to do that. And I'm saying that's not okay. But we know that's going to happen. So when Saka now comes out and says, respectfully, the opportunity presented itself, I didn't have the courage to do it, but whatever the case may be, long live England, whatever, people are still in the comments, we're like, racism up. Brother, allow it, man. You know, all dickheads that do them comments, man. You're all idiots, man. What are you doing? But again, it's one of them things that we just know it's going to happen. We're still going to compete. There's still going to be black brothers in the England team. And if something goes wrong and it's at the hands of a black brother, we know what's going to happen. We know. It's not right, though, but we know. It's basically what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The issue with life is, unfortunately, there's so many things we can't do, but we should be able to do. And I feel like what society is trying to do now is make everything perfect. But you can never make everything perfect because, unfortunately, there's a lot of wrong ends in the world. Because I don't think you can teach racism out of someone. I don't think you can teach abuse out of someone. And that sounds mad. Like I told you, man, in the group, like I don't want to talk too much about it, but there's someone I know and I haven't spoken to in a long time. And I just thought something just said to me, let me check in on her. And I checked in on her. I'm like, how things been, whatever. Come to find out that like her boyfriend's had been abusive to her, like was beating her up. And I was like, why don't you like, you know me and you're cool, why don't you reach out? She's gone like, I couldn't because like I look at these situations and she said that before it happened, she would look at women in situations and be like, how can you be in that? How can you live through X, Y, Z? It would never be me. She said, but when you're in it, she's like, you can't be involved. I mean, you can't see your way out of it. And she was saying stuff about if she had told me or other people, she feared for her safety. Because if I'd done something on her behalf, this guy could come back to where she lives or find her somewhere. So she was like, that's why she just didn't want any trouble and she hoped it changed, but it didn't. And I think she's...
I'm not gonna lie to you, this pod is sick, bro, because it's like, things happen and you'll say something today thinking that, okay, this is how it should be, blah, blah. And then something could happen and then it just changes your perspective.
Completely,
do you remember that time that I put in the group, I think about a month ago, that I was filming on my camera. And then when I got to my car, some woman come up to me and goes, excuse me, can you delete that?
Yeah, about the basically safeguarding thing.
Yeah, so for context, I just got a new camera. I was testing it out, but I was testing the focus on it. So I had it focused on me, but the background was blurry and I was just like walking around in a circle. And then some woman had seen me filming and waited for me to finish and come up to me and goes, excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but is it possible if you delete that? So I'm like, delete that? Why? I mean, I'm not using it for anything. I just wanted to see what it looked like, but why would you want me to delete it? She was just like, she's part of a, what do they call it? It was like a
safety house kind of thing. Like
what's it called? Witness protection or something like that. That she had, she's running from an abusive relationship and she doesn't want any videos of her online in case the person who's stalking her sees it, finds out the location and starts stalking her in a new location, basically.
Yeah.
I was like, raw.
But
okay.
There's so many things. Even like if you take your daughter swimming or you take your daughter on a trip, even when they say to parents, like, don't film.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's because you're just filming kids. They're like, no. Like, you could film a kid that is not on the run, but is in witness protection and they're away from a abusive mum, abusive dad.
And now they know where they
are.
And
now they know what school they go to.
Yeah.
Or now they know where they might be. Or, do you know what I'm saying? Because you'd be surprised how many times you've like been looking at a Snapchat or something, you just see a bridging in the background. You don't say nothing, but it's just like, oh, that's my man. But you don't say nothing.
Even, for example, when you post your kids, I remember one time, I didn't think, remember, like I said, sometimes you don't think of these things. I innocently posted my daughter with her school uniform. Obviously, school uniform's got the badge, the crest, all of that. I had bare mums messaging me, listen, don't want to tell you how to parent, but don't think it's wise that you post your kid in their uniform. I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm not someone who would go on someone's story, see that they posted their child in a uniform and go to the school. Yeah. That's not me, but apparently there's people out there like that. Yeah. So again, I'm not saying that that's right, this goes back to my initial point. I'm not saying that's right, but at the same time, I need to take that one step in thinking before I post certain things. Someone could argue and be like, "Oh, but you shouldn't live life like that." Listen, unfortunately, that's how we gotta live, baby. Do you know what I mean? So,
and I think that's the issue that I'm trying to get at. That in terms of society in general, there's so many things happening to society that is, but the way we're speaking about it, obviously there's only men and women.
Yeah, it's not that one.
Yeah. Before people get upset. All right, cool. In terms of originally, in terms of genders, yeah, there was only men and women. So in terms of crime, it's only men or women committing crime. Like you haven't got a third, fourth. Like in terms of the eyes of the law, you're either a male or female who's committed this crime, innit? So, but we're looking at people looking at crime like it's just men. But I'm like, there's more to this. Like the rise of social media, the fact that kids can access stuff at such a young age on a phone. Back in the day, if man wanted to watch porn or whatever, I had to get a DVD, bro. I had to have a DVD player. Do you know what I'm saying? I had to have, whereas kids now can just, at home, if they're unsupervised, bro, they can watch a madness. They can see anything. So I'm saying, even the social media influences of just a TikTok or Instagram in terms of the algorithm choosing what videos your kid sees. They might stumble on something mad.
Yeah, but this is
Do you know what I'm saying? So all these things are affecting kids.
No, but the funny thing is, you say affecting kids, yeah. I don't mean funny, but it's affecting adults, bro.
No, it is, but I'm saying, but remember, adults, we're already kind of set in our ways.
And it's still affecting us.
Exactly. So imagine a formative kid.
Yeah,
so I'm saying this is not just a masculinity problem.
Realize,
it's more of like exposure. Also, parents are not parenting how they used to. Remember, back in the day,
there's bare coddling now, man.
But it's not, remember, back in the day when we were in school, yeah, if I skipped school, I was worrying about one of my aunties or uncles seeing me, or even a policeman seeing me.
Yeah.
Like, kids don't have that same worry anymore to a degree.
Like, they're in the chicken shop chilling. You're looking at it like, yo, it's lunch.
There's so many different layers to this problem, but the way we're looking at it, like...
But you lot are pushing for work from home, though.
Who's you lot? What's it, you lot? Who's you lot?
After COVID, everyone wanted work from home. What do you think, the kids didn't want that too? Let me study at home, man. Now it's hybrid studying. Come in if you want. So when they're out on road, it's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be at school, but boy. But there's been videos that I've seen online in regards to like, have we been like coddling the next gen in regards to like just them even valuing hard work, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've had to explain to certain guys who are younger than me that it doesn't, like, there's no destination, unfortunately.
It's a hard work. It's just
a journey.
It's just a road, bro.
It's just a road. Like, where you feel like something gets easier, something else will come where you need to give that level of hard work where whatever it was initially that got easier, you now need to apply it to that and you figure it out. Obviously, work smarter, not harder, but at the same time, there isn't a day that's coming where you can just go, what it will be is maybe you grind for 3 months, which in that 3 months now allows you to chill for 3 months.
Yeah.
But once that 3 months is up, you gotta get back to it. You gotta get back to it, man. I feel like some people think no, at some point it stops. It's like, no, it doesn't stop.
Do you know what it is? I saw a video and a woman, it was a psychologist or something, was talking about society, and she said that we champion vulnerability and, what was the word she used? Basically, in a nutshell, she was basically saying that we champion fragility. So, for example, back in the day, if you were someone who didn't want to go to work, someone would say, but get off your ass, like, stop being lazy. If you were someone who was like, I'm worried about this, people say, forget the worry, man, crack on. Whereas nowadays, like, if you're worried, it's fine to be worried. If you're anxious, it's fine. Do you know what? We champion you being anxious. Thank you for that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So she was saying...
It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah, and we champion not being okay more than we champion being okay.
Yeah, what is being okay though? In exploring what's not okay, being okay is now skewed. Like, what is being okay?
And that's what she was saying. So I feel like with that, that's why there's a rise of every single thing here. Like
my thing is the self-diagnosis, bro.
I've got this, I've got that, I've got this, I've got that.
The
It's
self-diagnosis is crazy. So you self-diagnose yourself to tell yourself you've got this. And whenever this happens, you behave like this because you've got this.
Yeah.
So you're aware that this is the reason why you behave like this. So can I challenge next time you behave like this?
No.
If I haven't done what triggered you?
But the reason why you can't challenge it
Because you don't know what's happening.
No, is because you know I'm the victim of this said thing.
Because of what? Because of something.
Something.
But it's on you to go figure it out what that something
cool,
is.
for me to figure it out, but in the meantime, you can't challenge it because you know I'm a victim of this said thing. So I'm a victim of anxiety. I'm a victim of whatever it is. So you can't be too harsh on me, because if you're too harsh on me...
No, you're not a victim.
I'm just saying that's how the person will see it. So that's why you can't challenge it. Like, for example, all right, if I've done something to you, like if I owe you money and I haven't paid you back on a particular date, you can challenge that because I said I was going to have the money on this date and you're like, Marv, what's going on, man? I need my money. We can challenge that. It's very binary. Whereas if I'm anxious and
because of something you're doing,
I do something.
No, because if you
challenge it, you're being...
No, but I'm anxious because of something you're doing.
Yeah, but if you challenge it, you're being, I'm going to say distasteful.
Facetious.
I said facetious. You're being, why my mind gone blank, but I'm hungry. All the Chinese still. You're being...
I started rebooting, you know.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not unreasonable.
Insensitive.
That's it. You're being insensitive.
No, but like...
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, I'm giving you the pushback as to why society nowadays, we can't get onto people and challenge certain things because we're being...
No, we can.
We're being seen to be insensitive. Bro,
I don't understand. Like, so... Something's happened. Okay, wait. I need to use a real life example, brother.
This is disgusting.
No, I'm not disgusted. I just want people to understand what we're saying. Let's not speak in code.
We're not speaking in code.
No. I'm just.
People should have got what we're saying.
No, I understand. We're about to go live soon. Should I say this for the live or just flow with it? Or we can repeat it for the live. But I need you to hear what I'm saying. So someone's upset that you've done something.
Yeah.
It's made them feel a certain way. Something you've done has made them feel a certain way.
No, but they're feeling that way already.
No, that's the part I'm not getting.
No, I'm saying if you suffer from anxiety anyway, no matter, even if I do something or I don't do something, it's something you suffer from. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about self-diagnosis.
Yeah, but
some people self-diagnose. All right, let's just use anxiety. I've self-diagnosed myself as being anxious. I have anxiety.
Yeah, okay, but what makes them anxious? And that's what I'm saying. You have to get... No.
So someone can't be anxious from life?
No, that's what I'm saying. Respectfully, that wouldn't fly for me.
Okay.
I need you to be specific. When I'm in a situation where I don't trust someone, or I'm in a situation where I detect danger, I get anxious.
But then that could...
So then that means I've put you in a situation where you now feel danger.
No, but I hear what you're saying, but
you can't just say I'm just an anxious person. What makes you anxious?
Yeah, but someone can be someone can be anxious because of past experience.
Yes, but something in this moment now has made you feel that way. What's triggered you now?
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. Something like you just walked into the room and you're anxious. Why? Brent looks a certain way. Why? Brent looks like the person that so-and-so back in the day. I understand that. Yeah. That's different.
That's like, let me not be facetious here, but like white people, when they get into lifts and they see someone black,
yeah,
they haven't been robbed. Some of them haven't been robbed.
But they've been conditioned.
Exactly. So I'm saying, but technically, someone hasn't done anything. No one's done that to you.
No, I'm not saying someone had to have done something.
You've just seen someone and thought danger.
Yeah, but that's where it stems from. My point is that's where it stems. We know that. That's why it's open racism, because I know why you think I'm threatening. But it weren't me, bro.
But how do I know it weren't you?
What do you mean, how do you know it weren't me?
And
you got to give me the benefit of the doubt.
I can't.
What?
I'm in the lift. I feel danger.
Let the feds pull you
over.
The
orange glasses.
Let the feds pull you over there.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the feds can say, the last time I picked up a zombie knife, it was a you that looked like you.
Exactly.
Same night tech tracksuit.
That's what they're doing.
Windbreaker.
That's what police are doing.
Yeah, but we're arguing saying they shouldn't do that.
Exactly, but police are saying, but more times than likely, when I do pull someone over with a zombie knife, they do look at you.
Yeah.
So which one
bro,
is it?
I don't have to answer, bro. What came first, the chicken or the egg, bro? Hey, that's the name of this episode, by the way. Chicken or the egg. I don't know. I don't have the solution. But when I watch these TV shows, that's why I say, what's that saying, Brent? Is it art imitates life? Is that the saying, yeah?
Yeah.
Bro, you see this? There's a TV show called On Call, yeah? It's about the police force in, where is it? Is it LA or San Francisco? Somewhere peak in America. Brother, every time these police officers get a call, yeah, it's something mad happening.
Is it real life?
It's based on it's based on the police force in a particular, is it city?
Okay.
I imagine the police force in LA.
Yeah.
Brother, them phone calls in them hoods, bro.
Yeah, it's mad still.
Do you know what I mean?
Man ain't even call the police sometimes. I can't be bothered.
Like, it's peak. It's so peak.
I'm trying
Are
to
we
find-
live, yeah?
No, not yet. In a minute, I think.